a conference championship clinched. You had an opportunity to go out and do one yourself. And, when you talk about the Saints men losing last week at Providence, 59-58, they're in the same position they were exactly a year ago. Same record at 23-5. The same task, win the final 2 games. You're the 1 seed and you win a Frontier Conference championship.
And wouldn't that be a fitting testament to this wonderful group of seniors that we have? I mean, they're such unbelievably great kids and great players to win their 2 home games and then go to the national tournament with the Frontier Conference championship. It's doable, but you just got to take it 1 game at a time, 1 quarter at a time, they can now. Jason, I had heard a rumor that LC State had lost a couple of their players.
They did, to injury.
They were to injury?
Yep. I was talking to the radio guy earlier today.
Yeah.
Cordell Hankerson, the junior guard, broke a foot in practice. They said it was just a simple stop, and he just broke his foot. So he hasn't played in a couple weeks. And Derek White, their starting guard from Boise, has also been injured. He got hurt a couple weeks ago against Western, and he hasn't played since. So they didn't leave the team, but they are injured and haven't been able to help the team. So
right.
That's the story, and I know when you called me today, and I started to dig into it for you.
Yeah.
But that's a couple of big losses for LC State,
Yes. Yeah.
This is a team that is struggling. They had high hopes, but, these are 2 teams that can finish anywhere from the top of the standings to 3rd in the conference. And, for the Carroll men, they would like nothing more than to be back-to-back conference champions and play at home throughout the course of the tournament.
Well, that really does help. And then it helps for your seeding for the national tournament, which is really big. I mean, it is. No matter what anybody says, we're all playing to go to the national tournament, and we're all playing to get an opportunity to play somebody to have a chance to beat the first game. You really are. And so the higher seed you get, the better you play, the better chance you have to get a good matchup.
Well, the Saints were a 1 seed last year, and with a couple of wins, and who knows what happens in the conference tournament, they do have a chance to be the number 1 seed yet again.
Absolutely. They were 6 going in on the last ranking, and they've only lost 1 game since then.
Yep.
So if they can pull these next 2 games off, then that's the last ranking, Jason.
Yep.
That'll be the last one. They'll go in as a top 10 seed.
Absolutely. One of the top 2 seeds.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot of fun tonight, and we'll celebrate the women's championship again throughout the course of the men's game. But a big game for number 6 Carroll men. They are 23-5. They are 12, and as we flip our thing here, they are 11-5 in the conference. They're a game behind Western. They need to win both games to win a 2nd straight conference championship. It's doable. It's going to be tough. We'll take a final break. We'll come back. Your starting lineups and tip-off just around the corner. This is the Saints and the Warriors on ESPN Radio.
It's hard to stop a slam dunk. It's hard to stop a wide-open 3-point shot. It's hard to stop a Saint. And it's hard to stop a Trane furnace or air conditioning system from Intermountain Heating and Air Conditioning. At Intermountain Heating and Air Conditioning, we're your independent Trane dealer. If it's time to upgrade your furnace or air conditioning system, call Intermountain Heating and Air Conditioning today at 449-4567.
This is John Lagerquist with Century 21 Heritage Realty. I want to share with you one of my clients' testimonials. John is a first-class professional who is involved in our community. He volunteers to make our community a better place to live. John is a seasoned professional. He knows the market and worked hard to get our house sold and helped us find the right new home. We couldn't be happier. A class act. This is one of my favorites because in everything I've ever done, I've always strived to be professional. If you would like to experience my professionalism, give me a call at 439-0650.
Hey, Megan, happy Monday. You ready to kick some Kasasa today? Bob, that's 3 sales today. Way to kick some Kasasa. Woo!
What's Brand's deal today?
Oh, he just signed up for the new Kasasa free checking account at Helena Community Credit Union. It has no minimum balance, a great interest rate. He gets refunds on ATM fees nationwide. It's like they pay him to spend money.
How do you know so much about Kasasa anyway?
I told him about it. I got my Kasasa free checking account at Helena Community Credit Union last week.
Qualifications and rules apply. See Helena Community Credit Union for details. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You want to go to a place you can trust for car care. Meineke's got great reviews.
I went there because I was having trouble with my old vehicle and needed a new motor mount. They explained everything. It was quick, easy, they're honest, they were friendly, they tell you what's going on, and they double check their work. Best money spent. My experience has been amazing with them. I recommend Meineke to everybody.
If your car is complaining about anything, visit your full-service Meineke Car Care Center on Custer Avenue.
You're listening to Saints basketball. Saints tip-off is next. 94.9 ESPN Radio.
Jason Walker, the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte back at the PE Center as 6th-ranked Carroll College will take on number 19 LC State. The Warriors will start Trey Thomas, a 5'10 senior from East Wenatchee, Washington. Andre McCowan, 6'4 junior from Portland, Oregon. Corey Dollarhide had a great weekend last weekend, 6' junior from Inglewood, California. Jeremy Franklin, 6'6 senior from Escondido, California, and Race Martin, 6'6 junior from Pullman, Washington, for head coach Brandon Renta, assisted by Drew Church and Leif Carlberg.
And that's a smaller team than I remember. That's not a very big team for what LC State usually puts out.
Well, and when you lose White and Hankerson, I mean, there's some athletes that are not going to be playing right now, too. So for Carroll College, they will start Match Burnham, 6'8 junior from Spangle, Washington. Laurel Johnson, 6'1 senior from Downey, California. Ryan Imhoff, 6'6 senior from Napa, California. Matt Wyman, 6'7 junior from Great Falls. And the Ife College Jaye, 6'2 junior from Rancho Palos Verdes, California. For Dr. Carson Cunningham, assisted by Jesse Ripe, Scott Menzies, Hassani Simmons, and Tony Dalton. And Coach, the Saints had a 6-game win streak come to an end in a very disappointing manner last week at Great Falls. They didn't shoot the ball well. Ryan Imhoff did not hit double digits for the first time all season, and he struggled from the field. But you have a feeling that the Saints, they know what the task is, and they just have to, like you said earlier, take it half by half, game by game. But they can win a back-to-back conference championship with 2 wins this weekend.
They certainly can, and that's a great thing to know that it's all up to you. It's all in front of you. You don't have to depend on anybody else. It's all right in front of you, and you're at home. And there's a monster crowd here, huge student body crowd here, and they're loud and rowdy. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
How do you put that loss behind you? I mean, this is a team that has done it over the last 4 years.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter now. It doesn't even matter. It would have come down to the Western game anyway. Had they won Great Falls, they could have lost tonight, but it was all going to come down to the Western game anyway, the way it all matters. So all that means is they just got to win tonight.
You know, here's the weird thing. The top 3 teams are separated by 2 games coming into tonight, but Western, Carroll, or LC, any of the 3 can finish between 1st and 3rd in the conference standings. That is absolutely nuts.
It is. You know you're going to finish 1, 2, or 3.
You got Rocky hosting Western tonight. Carroll and LC. It'll be Wyman to tip it off with Andre McCowan. And the tip is won by McCowan. LC moving left to right, wearing the road reds, blue numbers and letters, white trim. Carroll in the home whites with the purple numbers and letters and gold trim. And it's Dollarhide feeding Race Martin. Martin working inside against Imhoff. Skips it over to Franklin. Back to Martin, who misses. Get the offensive rebound and the putback.
And he took a shot to the face there from Ryan Imhoff. I'm glad they didn't call that. They could have.
Well, you got Martin and Imhoff on each other for the most part, and they both wear a shoulder brace. Both have had shoulder problems this year. And the ball knocked loose, and Martin comes away with a steal on the near side. And the College Eye steals it right back and puts it up and in, and we're tied at 2.
That's a great play by Ife. Great play.
This crowd is going to be loud tonight and Saturday. Imhoff almost got the steal. Martin's got a lane to the hoop, and he misses. Rebound tipped out. Wyman. Now Laurel Johnson. It's great to see Laurel back into the lineup after missing the second half last week in Great Falls. Burnham misses a long three. The rebound, loose. Kalajaye with another steal in the backcourt.
Unbelievable. Ife with 2 monster plays to get the thing started.
He's got the ball in the near corner. He'll try a three, and it's off the mark. And Wyman with the weak side rebound. Now Burnham back out Wyman. And Imhoff's going to settle things down with Laurel Johnson.
And there's a couple of non-alert plays by LC. Just a couple of sloppy plays.
Laurel's going to fire from the right elbow. It's in and out. And normally that's his shot. He had a look, just couldn't knock it down. Minute and a half gone by. 2-2 ball game. Trey Thomas knocked away by Ife Kalajaye. Thomas has it in midcourt now. He'll penetrate in the lane. He'll spin. Blocked away by Burnham. The ball loose. Imhoff comes down with it. Shovels it up ahead to Laurel Johnson, who has it in the far corner. Saints defense is electric right now. Burnham top of the key. Ball fake left. Passes right to Johnson. Back to Burnham. Now near side. Kalajaye gets it to Wyman. Wyman, who's had a great last couple games on the offensive end, being aggressive. Now Imhoff spins baseline around Franklin and draws a block. Foul on Franklin will be his first, team foul number 1.
I don't think LC looks like they're ready to go right now. They got to understand where they are and what's at stake here.
Johnson lobs it up to Burnham, and McCowan tried for the steal, and he's called for the foul, his first, second team foul. 17:40 to go here in the first half. 2-2 ball game. Coach Renta didn't like the call. Imhoff will inbound just to our left. He'll get it in up top to Wyman. Now Kalajaye in the right wing. His entry pass to Imhoff. Baseline spins, triple team, kicks out Wyman. Extra pass, Burnham corner. Three, good! Natch Burnham gives the Saints a lead.
That's all with Ryan Imhoff drawing the double team, and Carroll with great ball movement.
17:23 to go here in the half. Saints up 5-2 now. And a foul in the continuation. That foul came 18 feet away from the basket. McCowan's going to get a chance for a three-point play.
Well, we've talked about that call all year, and they haven't normally been given them that continuation that they do in the NBA, but they did that time. So they've established a pattern. We'll see if they're consistent with it.
Foul on Wyman, his first. Team foul number 1.
Nice take by Andre McGowan. He refused the on-ball screen and drove baseline, and they do that very well.
5-4 Saints. McCowan's free throw is up and good, and we're tied for the second time tonight, this time at 5. Five ball game. Wyman, right elbow, leaves it off on the wing. Kalajaye. He'll come left side, Burnham. Good closeout by Franklin. Now Johnson in the near wing. Now up on top, Imhoff feeds Burnham in the lane. Double team, kicks out Kalajaye. He'll drive, big jump stop, missed it. Long rebound tipped out to Wyman. New shot clock for the Saints, 16:50 to go. Johnson comes left side, Kalajaye. He'll dribble over to the right wing, feed Imhoff, down low for the dunk.
Great pass by Ife.
7-5 Carroll. Kalajaye is playing outstanding right now. A couple of steals, great assist there. Now Franklin for the Warriors. Lobs it into the corner for Dollarhide. Skips it left side, McCowan. Wraps it to Franklin, knocked out of bounds. I think by Kalajaye. It'll stay with the Warriors.
Right now, Ife is a one-man wrecking crew. He's all over the floor. He can cover so much ground, and he anticipates so well. That's what he does.
Timeout taken by the Warriors, a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here as Alejandro Santos Piqueras checks in. 16:21 to go, 7-5 Carroll. So we know what happened in January here, early January. LC trailed by 22 with 18 and a half to play. Saints lost that lead. The Warriors got the 72-70 win. A couple weeks later, we go out to Lewiston, riding the long bus. The Saints never really felt like they were going to blow the game open, but they were in control, and I know you weren't there for it, but they got the win on the road, and so now this is the rubber match, and it doesn't get any bigger than this.
No, this is for the tiebreaker, and you win 2 out of 3, then you have the tiebreaker if you end up tied, whether you're going to take first, second, or third.
down in Billings. Rocky leading Western 15-12. That's early in the first half. 7-5 here, 16:20 to go. Thomas inbounds up on top, Franklin. He'll dribble to the left elbow and leave it for McCowan. Now McCowan working against Burnham. Finds Thomas, 5 on the shot clock. Thomas in the lane, kicks it out. Franklin in the corner for 3. It's no good. Rebound being tipped around, and College Eye finally pulls it down. Johnson into the front court for the Saints. Comes left side, Burnham lobs it down onto the block for Imhoff. Reached by Franklin, and Dollarhide comes up with the steal. Now Martin up ahead, Thomas up the near sideline. He'll skip it cross court for Franklin. Good ball movement. McCowan cutting baseline opposite side, ties it at 7.
They're good on the break. That's very good basketball. Great passing on the break.
7-7, 15:30 to go, first half. Johnson on the near side, gets to the free throw line, wraps it over to Santos Bacaris. Now Burnham, he's posted up with 10 to shoot. Santos Bacaris a 3, it's long. Franklin with a rebound. Well, that's going to be a key for Carroll, is to get back in transition defense as well as the Warriors are.
They really like to run. They're very good in the open court.
Martin, kick out to McCowan. He'll stop and fire from 15. It's off the mark, and Johnson with a rebound. 15 to go, first half, 7-7 ball game. Laurel gets it into the front court, down to the baseline. Now pass out wing, College Eye, left elbow Imhoff. Finds Johnson. Midway through the shot clock, comes back to College Eye on the wing. Skips across court, Santos Bacaris fakes the 3. Down inside Imhoff, out to Laurel for 3. It's off the mark, and Trey Thomas with a rebound. So the Saints a little cold here from the field in the early going.
They're getting some awful good looks.
7-7 here. Franklin down low, fouled by Burnham. And he will shoot 2 free throws.
And Carroll doesn't want to be giving up catches that close to the rim. Normally they front the low post.
Santos Bacaris picks up the foul, his first, second team foul. And it puts Franklin at the free throw line.
Jeremy Franklin, he's a big, strong, wide body. You don't want to let him be catching the ball that close.
Franklin, 76% free throw shooter, averages just under 9 points per game. His first one is up and good, and LC has the lead back. Oliver Carr, the senior from Bozeman. Dane Warp, sophomore from Havre, in for the Saints. Tristan Bradley, 6'8 freshman from Lewiston, Idaho, in for the Warriors. The lead 8-7, 14.5 to play here in the first half. Franklin will get a second. Misses, rebounded by Imhoff. So 8-7 Warriors. Santos Bacaris, half court. Over the right side, Dane Warp. Now back to Santos Bacaris. Warp had a nice game last week at Providence on Saturday night. College Eye has it on the far side. Trying to get into Carr. Does spin it to him on the baseline. Skips it left elbow, Santos Bacaris. Fakes the shot. Now it dishes across the lane to Carr. The baby jump hook off the side of the backboard and rim, no good. And a rebound by the Warriors. So right now, LC holding the Saints to 1 and done. Saints, nice job getting back in transition that time. 8-7 LC. Dollarhide over to the right side, near side for McCowan. Lobs it back cross court, Dollarhide. Top of the key now with 12 to shoot. He'll fire a deep 3, and it's an air ball.
Great defense by Ryan Imhoff. He just gave him no look.
And we get a first timeout. 13:38 to play first half on the Bud Light scoreboard. The Warriors lead the Saints 8-7. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio.
Toyota's President's Day event has been extended, and we've got more ways for you to save than ever before with special offers on nearly every new Toyota model. Choose from 9 different Toyotas with 0% financing, including the new 2018 Camry and our best-selling RAV4. Get as much as $4,000 in customer cash back on new Avalons, Tundras, Sequoias, and Sienna vans, or take advantage of special low-payment leases on Tacomas, Highlanders, and Corollas. Simply pick those savings options that work best for you and get a great deal on a new Toyota car, truck, or SUV. Every one backed by Toyota Care. Toyota's exclusive no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. It's all part of Toyota's President's Day event. Shop and learn more at buyattoyota.com or visit Toyota of Helena. Toyota, let's go places. All financing and approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. All vehicles subject to prior sale. All prices plus tax and title. Dealer doc fees vary by dealer. For more details, call 1-888-21 Toyota. Offers in February 28, 2018.
.38 to go in the first half here in Helena, and 19th ranked LC leading the 6th ranked Carroll men 8-7 early in the first half here.
Really dominating both games, and I'm surprised LC's playing all man now, because Carroll did have trouble against the 1-2-2 zone against Great Falls, but LC,
yes, they did.
LC all man to man.
College High gets it into Carr, who's pushed.
Yeah.
No call. He got moved.
Yes, he did.
A few feet.
Yes, he did.
Back the other way come the Warriors. 13-15 to play in the half. McCowan. Ooh, high dribble. Gets it to the free throw line. Now out to Trey Thomas. Right side to Demick Mitchell, 5'9" freshman from Bellingham, Washington. We saw Mitchell have a great game in the first time here in Helena.
I think he's going to be a good player for a freshman. He's got the kind of size and length that you really need.
Very quick, has no fear driving inside the lane. Thomas has it for the Warriors. Inside McCowan, got around Imhoff, but missed the shot, and Wyman with a rebound. Saints down 8-7, 12:55 to play in the half. Wyman gets it back from Santos Piqueras and leaves it on the right side for College High. Lobs inside Imhoff. Skips it near side Wyman. Wyman penetrate, kick out to Warp. Now College High tries to spin it to Imhoff. It's knocked out of bounds off of Imhoff last touch. Then it'll be Warrior basketball.
I'd like to see Dane Warp take that shot. He's trying to play like one of these guys that's a shot fake slasher guy. He's not a shot fake slasher guy. He's a catch and shoot guy.
Yes, he is.
And when he has an opportunity on those kind of passes, the guy's sagging off him. I'd love to see him take him.
Warriors lead 8-7. And they have the basketball. Carroll with 3 turnovers. And Bradley misses inside. Imhoff with the rebound. Both Saints and Warriors, 3 out of 10. Johnson will fire from the left elbow off the mark, rebounded by Mitchell. And you wonder how much the ligament injury that Laurel has in his right elbow is going to hamper him.
Well, he hasn't been able to practice, so that does hurt.
They did hold him out of practice. I did talk to the training staff. Yep. The spin, and Imhoff steals it away. Up ahead, Warp, a 1-on-2. The layup, he missed it, but he's fouled, and he will shoot 2 free throws.
Very nice take by Warp. He did not have a great angle on that, and he made a real tough open court move. And this could get him going. On Dane Warp, yeah. And he is a guy, and we talked about it last week. He's a guy that could make a difference, but I think he's got to be aggressive. I think he's got to look for a shot.
Not be scared to miss one.
Yeah.
He'll shoot his first free throw, and it's good, and we're tied at 8. Warp on the season is a 68% free throw shooter. Dollarhide back in. Thomas to the bench with his foul. Team third.
Carroll defense is really starting to squeeze LC. About the last 6 possessions, they have not had a good look.
Warp hits them both, and the Saints have the lead back at 9-8. 11:50 to play here in the first half. Mitchell working against Johnson. He'll penetrate into the lane, pick up his dribble, and up on top to Dana Abe. Now McCowan against Santos. Piqueras, who swats it away. Now Warp back the other way. He'll take it to the hole, miss it, fouled, and he'll go right back to the free throw line.
There's another nice take by Warp. But what a block by Santos Piqueras.
And did a nice job of keeping it in bounds.
God. Yeah, I mean, that was a big-time swat. That is what you call a swat.
Foul on Dollarhide, his first. 4th team foul, and Warp 2 for 2.
When you drive into the lane and somebody swats it like that, you remember it. It sticks in your brain.
Warp hits the first. Match Burnham returns. And Imhoff's going to get a breather. 10-8 Carroll, 11:35 to go. And for the first time in a long time, we don't say hello to Mrs. Imhoff in Napa, California, because she is here watching Ryan for his final 2 home games.
Wonderful.
Of the regular season. Warp hits them both. He's got 4 straight, and it's 11-8 with 11:30 to go first half. Saints by 3, matches their largest lead of the ball game. Mitchell Down to the right side, lobs it into Bradley. A nice play and a foul on Santos Piqueras, his second, and a chance now for the Warriors to tie it up.
And that was really good execution by LC State. About the first good looking play and good look that they've had here. 7-8 possessions.
And Imhoff didn't get much of a breather. Right back in. Bradley, 61% free throw shooter at the line. A chance for a three-point play. And Santos Piqueras, one thing we haven't seen over the last 2 months of him playing so well is to getting in foul trouble. He's already got 2 now.
And yeah, that's right. And
free throw missed. Big rebound by Abe. McCowan out on the far wing, drives baseline, skips it near side. Abe, 3-ball is good. And LC leads.
You know, LC drives the baseline and skips it. Nobody in the league does that any better than they do. It's amazing how well they do that.
11 minutes to go. Warriors up 13-11.
They skip it clear across the key, sometimes low, sometimes up to the top.
Man, Imhoff has just already taken such a beating tonight. Johnson has it up on top.
Well, they are definitely double teaming him every time he catches it. Here comes another double team.
He's got it. And knocked away and stolen away by Dollarhide.
They tried that baseline back door, but LC was ready for it.
And Bradley running the floor. Nobody for the Saints did, and Bradley dunks it home. And it's a 15-11 lead for LC State. 10.5 to play in the first. Largest lead for the Warriors, and a timeout taken by Carroll. 10:29 to go on the Bud Light scoreboard. First half, Saints leading at 15-11. And it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here with it. But LC State, 4 of 13 from the field. Actually make that 6 of 15. Carroll's just 3 out of 11, Coach.
That's right. And Carroll has actually had a lot of good-looking jump shots. They just haven't gone down. But they haven't had the guys taking them that they normally like to. They love to have Match Burnham taking them, and he hasn't been able to get them off.
He's 1 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, and he's the jump shooter.
Imhoff's 1 for 1, and Wyman hasn't taken a shot yet.
Right.
Ife's 1 for 3, and Carr 0 for 1. Warp leads the way with 4 points, all off the bench and all from the free throw line. McCowan with 5 for the Warriors, who lead 15-11. 10:29 to play here in the first half. Warp will inbound opposite sideline and into Wyman. He'll dribble down to the wing, leave it up on top to Laurel Johnson. Now he'll dribble near side and leave it top of the key. Imhoff back near side Johnson. Burnham posting up. Imhoff swings it over right side to Wyman. Now Johnson lost the handle, 8 to shoot. He'll penetrate, skip it out to Warp, who ball fakes, drives baseline, and misses the jumper. McCowan has it go off his head. He tracks it down on the near side. Feeds Abe cutting through the lane, and he drops it in, and the Warriors lead by 6.
Well, when Carroll shoots and misses, LC State is really pushing the ball up, and they're getting high percentage shots off misses.
Imhoff out to Johnson. He'll try a 3. This one's good. Saints within 3.
About the time you need him to come through, Laurel will come through.
And Imhoff with the assist. The lob inside to Bradley. He reverses, missed it, tipped it to Johnson. Laurel up ahead. The great pass to Warp. He threaded the needle.
And a great catch and finish by Dane Warp.
17-16 LC by 1. The Saints on a 5-0 run. 9:15 to play in the half. Martin and Thomas set to check back in for the Warriors as Mitchell penetrates and turns and passes out to Abe left side. Now left side on the wing for Dollarhide. He'll drive, he'll throw it up, no good. Rebound, McCowan came flying in and tipped it.
I don't think he meant to tip it. He was just trying to get a handle on it. Tipped it right in.
8:55 to go, 19-16. Johnson from the free throw line. There you go, Laurel starting to warm up.
And they're going under those on-ball screens right at the elbow, and Laurel's going to make a high percentage of those. That's his shooting range.
19-18 LC. Mitchell drives. Again, turns around. Dumps it off to Bradley, who got around Burnham. Somebody should probably guard Tristan Bradley. It's 21-18 with 8:30 to go. Warriors by 3. Johnson on the near side. Dumps it off on the screen and roll. Imhoff. And they're going to call a block, I believe.
Ooh.
Sorry, man, I'm just short. Abe with the foul, his first. Team foul number 5. It'll put Imhoff at the line. And that was dangerous to be in a charge.
Yeah,
Imhoff,
that was close.
82%. Leading the Frontier, 20 points per game. 8:16 to go in the half. Imhoff will have 2 free throws. The first one is up and good. Pat Kohlberg, senior from Missoula, in, and College IA returns for the Saints.
Talking to the assistant coaches, they said Pat has really been playing better each week and had a great week of practice. And he is a senior. It'll be wonderful to see him come in and have a good couple of minutes here.
And they call it the Kohlberg Doctrine. The Saints had, lost 4 out of 6. He spoke in informal team meeting as Imhoff hits them both, 21-20. And Kohlberg called an informal team meeting. He laid some things out, and since then, the Saints have won 6 out of 7. Had won 6 straight until Saturday's loss. 21-20, 8:05 to go. LC by 1. Dollarhide on the near side. Trying to get it to Race Martin. He does. Working on Kohlberg. Martin spins. Good defense from Kohlberg. Martin puts it up. No good. Imhoff with the rebound. Hits the deck hard, but got it to College IA. Now Wyman out of the far wing. He'll penetrate. Spin against Martin. And tried to kick it out to Kohlberg. It's tipped out of bounds. Stays with Carroll. 7:43 to go. Saints down 1, 21-20. Imhoff will inbound far sideline. Imhoff up on top to Wyman. Comes left side, College IA. He holds. Now Saints swinging around. Johnson has it on the right side. Brandon Renta wanting to travel, didn't get it. Kohlberg's going to launch a 3 off the mark. Rebound. Abe had it, but a very late whistle. And that's Matt Wyman's foul, his second, 4-team foul. Kind of a late call there. It looked like the right call. It was just late.
Yeah. Better late than never.
6.5 down in Billings first half. Western 26, Rocky 24. Keep an eye on that. A Rocky win.
Ooh.
And College IA Thomas lost it. College IA, offensive foul.
And that was a good charge. He took a terrible shot in the throat. He's really hurting.
Thomas took,
really hurting. He got right in the throat. Accidentally, but he...
Yep. And College IA should have been more in control and pass it. He had a 4-on-1.
Yeah. But, that is scary. He's having trouble.
He's trying to cough. Jeff Birchall, Hallie Haw out for the Saints training staff. And let's go ahead and take a timeout. 7:10 to play.
He looks more comfortable now for LC State.
Now he's sitting up, so we'll stay here.
He's doing better, yeah. He's doing better.
Just trying to get a breath.
Yeah, he's going to be all right, but at first that was kind of scary.
College IA picks up the foul, his first.
Yeah.
Team foul number 5. And Thomas up. Yeah, getting a shot to the trachea never feels good.
No.
21-20 Warriors lead. 7:10 to play here in the first half. And how about that? Coach Cunningham just hollered to Trey Thomas on the bench and said, "You good." And that's good sportsmanship there.
I like it.
There's only a few coaches in the league that I would see doing that.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
And I do think these coaches get along and have a lot of respect for each other.
These two, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Warriors have the ball. Demeek Mitchell back in. Up ahead into the front court.
I think everybody likes Brandon Renta. I really do.
Yep.
He's a real gentleman.
He's intense. The Dollarhide tries a 3. Off the mark. Wyman with the big clear out. Up ahead, Imhoff up the far sideline. 2-on-4. He waits and leaves it for Wyman up on top. 6:48 to play here in the half. Saints down 21-20. Imhoff skips it out to Kohlberg. Extra pass, Wyman. Wyman lobbed down to Imhoff. Working on Mitchell. It's a mismatch. He'll fire from 15. He'll miss, and the rebound on the weak side, Dollarhide. So Imhoff, 1 out of 2. He's now just 5 out of his last 17 going back to Saturday. Abe spins the pass inside to Franklin, working against Imhoff. And Imhoff's going to get called for a foul. Franklin kind of spun around twice.
Pretty weak.
That one could have gone either way. 21-20. We get a timeout on the floor. 6:19 to play first half on the Bud Light scoreboard. It's the Warriors 21, the Saints 20. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio.
It really cute. Make it happen, because we're in the business of making dream homes, dream decks, or any home improvement come true. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The President's Day sale has been held over through this Saturday at Furniture Showroom. You still have time to shop. Furniture Showroom's great selection of sofas, sectionals, recliners, sleepers, occasional tables, bedroom furniture, extremely affordable therapeutic beds, and more during this fantastic sale. Plus, 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. Don't forget, President's Day savings have been held over through this Saturday at Furniture Showroom, 2200 North Last Chance Gulch in Helena.
94.9 ESPN Radio. KIMO HD3 Townsend. K235BW Helena.
Saints track and field team, indoor track and field team, being honored on the floor as they will head off to nationals next week and take 15 individuals and a couple of relay teams. And good luck to Harry Clark and the gang.
Well, Harry Clark is nothing but a class act. He has done such a tremendous job here.
Well, the women are ranked second in the region.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's got the best track program in the state. And
absolutely.
That includes the Division I program.
Hands down.
Yeah.
6:19 to go here, first half. Warriors with the ball, leading at 21-20. Franklin in the lane, gets around Kohlberg, who's going to pick up the foul. Kind of look almost like a hesitation or anticipation foul. Kohlberg's first, team foul number 7, and it puts Franklin at the line. Warriors leading at 21-20.
When Kohlberg was in high school, Jason, he had a reputation as a shot blocker. He got 3 or 4 a game.
Franklin's first, good. 22-20 LC. Santos Becerra's back in with the 2 fouls. Kohlberg to the bench. 3:39 to go in Billings, first half. Rocky Western tied at 33. Here it's 22-20 with 6:16 to go in the first half. Warriors, as Franklin now makes it 23-20, lead by 3. Carroll, 6 of 17 shooting. LC, 9 out of 22. So the Saints need to turn up the offensive heat a little bit. Somebody needs to make some shots. Johnson now to Wyman. Saints look lost in this possession. Wyman's going to fire straight away from 10. It's good. His first points.
And they were, like you said, they were kind of lost, and they just kind of sagged back and gave him up a 10-footer.
Mitchell penetrate, kick out to the far corner to Franklin. And now Race Martin has it. Martin on the left side of the floor, leaves it up on top for Abe. He'll look to get it free throw line. He does. Kick out Dollarhide. 7 to shoot. Dollarhide, a 17-footer, short. Imhoff with a rebound. Quickly up ahead to Wyman. Wyman's going to take it. The layup, no good. He kind of hesitated on the way up. 23-22 Warriors. Franklin in the lane. Stolen away by Laurel Johnson. Lots of bodies on the floor. Back the other way, it's a 3-on-3. College A now on the near side. He'll dribble up to the wing and leave it off for Imhoff. Baseline, shoveled it back out, College IA. And now Wyman has it for the Saints up on top. He'll get to the left elbow. Tries to lob it back door, and then a foul called on Race Martin.
And he did.
It wasn't a good decision by Wyman, but he kind of lucked out. Martin's first, 16 foul. 4:56 to play. Saints down 23-22. Santos Becerra will trigger inbound. You just had a feeling as the inbound goes to Wyman, now College I. And now Imhoff, baseline, the reverse counted and one!
Great execution of an out-of-bounds play by Carroll. You just go to sleep for 1 second, and they'll make you pay.
I don't know if anybody in the league does inbounding better than Carroll.
They do. They run great out-of-bounds plays. I saw them. I came by and watched their walkthrough today. They spent 15 minutes on their out-of-bounds plays.
Abe's foul, his second, 17 foul. Both teams in the bonus for the final 450. But I was going to say, when you looked at the schedule, when you got at the beginning of the year, you had a feeling these 2 final regular season games were going to mean a whole lot of something, and they do.
They do.
Imhoff hits the free throw, completing the three-point play. Saints now up 25-23. It's Carroll's first lead since the 11:50 mark. Actually going back to the 11-minute mark. 4:50 to go. Mitchell gets it to Franklin, now left side McCowan. Comes back to the right side, Franklin. Penetrate, kick out Mitchell. He'll drive in, leave it off for Franklin, who got around Santos Piqueras, and then missed it. But Martin with the offensive rebound puts it right back up and in. And we are tied at 25. Our 5th tie of the ball game. 4:19 to play here in the half. Santos Piqueras. Now Wyman. Free throw line. Back out Santos Piqueras. Feeds him off on the near baseline. Up on top, Laurel Johnson out to Santos Piqueras. Now back to Laurel. And now Imhoff on the left block. He's almost being quadruple teamed when you look at it. Johnson will try a three. Good! Laurel's got 2 triples tonight.
And that's all due to the double team on Imhoff.
Well, if you're a Saints perimeter player, be prepared to shoot tonight because you might have a lot of opportunities. 3:45 to go in the half. Saints up 28-25. Dollarhide answers back, and we're tied for the 6th time tonight.
Little flare screen. Good execution of their offense.
Santos Piqueras across midcourt. Saints up to 40%. Warriors at 40 as well. Johnson, baseline Imhoff. The way they're playing their zone, it's like, seriously, it's like a quadruple
they
team.
do.
Imhoff's going to power through with the left hand, no good. Santos Piqueras tips it up and in. 30-28 Carroll.
Sometimes he plays like a power forward. He does.
Mitchell lost the handle, gets it back top of the key, lost it again, and this time the Saints come away with it.
And that's caused by real good pressure.
And then Franklin called for the foul on Santos Piqueras, putting Alejandro at the free throw line. Franklin's foul, his second, 8th team foul. Kyle Nichols going to check in for the Saints. Played great defensively, missed the potential game winner last week, but hit a couple of threes. Trey Thomas, that's a good sign to see him back in. And Santos Piqueras to the free throw line. On the year, 81%. Tristan Bradley back in. Saints at 10 of 23 from the field. LC 11 of 26. Santos Piqueras shooting the bonus. Misses, but he'll get it because Race Martin jumped into the lane. He's so methodical, Coach. Yeah. Imhoff's kind of the same way. There's a lot of the Saints that are the same way. They pause. Extra pause.
Yeah, and that'll get you the free throw violation there.
So Santos will get a first free throw again, and this one's good. And Trey Thomas was the only Warrior that knew that it was going to be a second shot coming up. He's the only one that didn't leave his position. It's 31-28, 2:59 to play first half. Santos Piqueras' second one is good. 32-28. So the violation on Martin pays off for the Saints into 2 points.
Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that really grinds on you when you're a coach. You know, you should have had it's a
2:50 to go. Saints up 32-28. Very largest lead of the night. Thomas, top of the key, dribbling around, passes right side McCowan, who leads the way for the Warriors with 7 points. Now Dollarhide, penetration to the right block, up on top Thomas, 8 to shoot. He'll get a screen, take it inside. Martin will try a three. It's off the back iron, and Wyman has the rebound with 2.5 to go in the first.
Awfully good defensive possession by Carroll there.
Now Kalajaye to the near wing. Imhoff and Martin leaning on each other, and Kalajaye gets it to Imhoff at the left elbow. Back out to Kalajaye. 3 ball. Good! 3 fade! Kalajaye.
Once again, Imhoff makes him pay for double teaming him. It's just too easy right now for Carroll to get a good look. Just throw it into him, let him draw the double team, inside, outside, wide open shot.
We're under 2 to play in the half. Saints up 7, 35-28. Thomas will try a three. Min and out, no good. Burnham with a rebound. Now Wyman with 100 seconds to play in the half. Ooh, that was close to an over and back. College IA has it now. He'll dribble down to the right wing. Burnham comes across. Imhoff sets a screen. Burnham fakes the shot. Imhoff gets it. He'll penetrate. Nice crossover. Kick out. Wyman for three. In and out. Kyle Nickel had it. It was tipped out of his hands, and Thomas tracks it down in the far corner with 80 seconds to go in the half. Saints up 35-28, the largest lead by either team. LC's led by as much as 6. Martin stolen away by Burnham. He came from the weak side, help side, and got the steal. One minute to play in the half. It's 35-28 Carroll. College Eye now to Wyman. Free throw line. Out to Nickel. Nickel, one-hand pass inside to Imhoff. Fouled by McCowan. And Imhoff will go to line to shoot a 1-and-1.
And the second part of this half, Imhoff has dominated, even though he doesn't have numbers to show it, because they've gotten him the ball down at the low post, and he has drawn to, kicked it out for wide open threes. And that has just turned the game around.
Laurel Johnson in for the Saints, Tamik Mitchell for the Warriors. Imhoff, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
And Jason, the easiest shot in basketball is an inside-outside three next to a layup. That you want to get a layup or an inside-outside three, and that's what Imhoff gets his teammates.
He's got a 1-and-1 here after the foul on McCowan's his second. First one is on the way, and he's 4 for 4 from the line, and the lead is 8. 36-28 Carroll.
At the same time that's going on, Carroll's defense has picked up a notch.
Well, they've held LC scoreless for nearly 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, almost 3 full minutes, and Imhoff hits them both, and it's 37-28. 52 seconds to go here in the first half. Mitchell will work against College Eye. He'll angle it to the left side. Come back to the middle of the floor. Pick up his dribble. Up on top, Dollarhide. He'll penetrate against Nickel. Out to Martin, corner three. I think Imhoff got a hand on it.
He got a piece of it.
And Nickel comes away with it. 33 seconds to go. There's a 5-second differential shot clock to game clock. Saints cannot hold for the final shot. Johnson wanted to get it to the left side. Now with 12 on the shot clock. Gets it to College Eye, out to Nickel. Nickel gets a screen up on top. He'll come down, feed Imhoff on the block with 5 to shoot. Imhoff in the lane. Turnaround jumper is good. Saints lead by 11. 4 seconds to go in the half. 39-28. Dollarhide, air ball, and that is the way the first half comes to an end. And a big slap on the back for Kyle Nickel from Carson Cunningham, who gave Dollarhide really no good look there.
That was one impressive. The last 6-7 minutes of that half, Carroll played about as well as they can play.
And they lead.
Yeah, both ends. Great defense, and then really playing around their superstar, Ryan Imhoff.
And Carroll has the lead at the half. On the Bud Light scoreboard, it's the Saints 39, the Warriors 28. We're back with a halftime show in a moment. This is Carroll College Basketball on ESPN Radio.
What sets BMC's Design Center apart? Here's Valerie, BMC's Certified Design Specialist.
The knowledge and the skills that we have there to be helpful to the customers. That's my favorite part. With us at BMC, it's really much more helpful to have that background to help diminish mistakes so that we get a good product.
Or remodeling. Get all the inspiration you need from BMC's Design Center on Highway 12 East.
Do you need something but you just can't afford it right now? Your finances in life don't always see eye to eye. Whether it's college tuition, or remodel, or visiting relatives for the holidays, we know that money ebbs and flows, and sometimes life just can't wait. That's the beauty of a home equity line of credit. It borrows a little from your home to help you get what you need when you need it. Come sit down with us and we'll ask questions and get to know each other. Then we can put our heads together to figure out exactly what you need. First Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Style, innovation, and reliability. It's all part of the Subaru 2018 Crosstrek at Placer Motors. With EyeSight driver assist technology, more space inside, more high-strength steel outside, the Crosstrek is ready for the road. The Crosstrek takes you off-road too, with increased cargo space and a bigger rear gate opening. You'll love Crosstrek's great fuel economy in standard or hybrid models. Start your love affair with a Subaru Crosstrek from Placer Motors. Come in for a test drive at Placer Motors.
You can always count on the crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light, just like you can always count on Always Game Gary. No bar is too far. No wing sauce is too hot. Not for Gary. Gary is the man. He's nothing like Keith. Keith never wants to do anything. Why are we even talking about Keith? Always Game Gary is famous among friends. He deserves a Bud Light. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB St. Louis, Missouri.
Eagle Beverage, proud supporter of Montana sports.
When you need it, A1 Rentals.
Got a project? Make a stop at A1 Rental. They've got what you need. Sheetrock lifts and texture machines, floor sanders, grinders and polishers for wood and concrete floors, heaters, electric and propane, carpet cleaners too. Located at 1400 Cedar, next to Party Plus.
When you need it, rent it at A1 Rentals.
Morrison Merrily Systems has been in business and supporting companies in Montana since 1982. While being in business longer doesn't necessarily mean the technicians are better, it does provide assurance that the company will still be around next year. At Morrison Merrily Systems, we keep things working so you can focus on your business. If you're looking for trouble-free IT, you need Morrison Merrily Systems today. Visit us at getsystems.net or call 866-401-4846.
It's halftime. Saints basketball is on. 94.9 ESPN Radio.
Jason Walker alongside the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte. We are back at the PE Center halftime where Carroll College leads LC State 39-28. And Coach, it was a back and forth battle until LC State finally got some separation about midway through that first half, and then about 6 minutes to go, Carroll decided to start hitting some shots and turn the tide of the ball game. But again, Carroll's offense is started with their defense.
It did. Great defense by Carroll. And when you come down to basketball, what are you trying to do as a coach? What is your philosophy? And what you can control as a coach is try to get more good shots than your opponent. Now, you can't control if your kids are going to make the shots or not. But that's what Carroll did the second half of the first half. And what they did is they went into Emhoff, and when they did, LC State is super sagging off the passer and really digging down. It's not a pure double, but it's enough of a double that he can't shoot. But the man who is sagging back is so far away from the guy who made the pass that he can't get back. Emhoff just gets it, makes a little kind of a funny little move, throws it out, wide open threes. He had 3 inside-outside 3-point assists during the period of time when Carroll's defense really picked it up and they got stops. And Carroll just got more good shots than LC State did that half. And that's why they have 11-point lead.
Yeah. One thing about the defense, and I know they're not quadruple teaming him, but the way that they're sagging down, if you're listening on the radio and you can picture this, it's almost as if 5 guys are within an arm reach of Emhoff. And what you're saying is that allows, you got 4 open guys in, basically.
Well, they do, but especially the guy who passed it in. So let's say that Emhoff gets a catch down by the left block, okay, and then his man just spaces up towards the top, the man who threw it in, and then the man who threw it in's defender comes down and double teams on Emhoff, and he just throws it right back out, and that's a wide open shot. I just think Coach Renta has got to do something different. Play zone, front Emhoff, don't let him get touches, but you can't defend that way. Carroll's just getting too good of looks.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the halftime stats, and we'll talk a little bit about the Frontier Conference women's champion, Carroll College. That's next. It's 39-28 on the Bud Light scoreboard. The Saints lead the Warriors at the half. This is Carroll basketball on ESPN Radio.
That vacation was awesome. Dad, why is there an ice rink in our basement?
Oh no, I turned the thermostat too low.
3 brothers, help!
Hey, that's my line.
Not this time.
Three Brothers Plumbing and Heating is dependable, efficient, and provides superior service. Whether you have bursted pipes, sorry, or you want to do a bathroom remodel, Three Brothers can help. They can also upgrade you to a money-saving, high-efficient York furnace. Contact Three Brothers today for a free estimate and install confidence with a York furnace at threebrothersPlumbing.com.
You want to go to a place you can trust for car care. Meinike's got great reviews.
I went there because I was having trouble with my old vehicle and needed a new motor mount. They explained everything. It was quick, easy. They're honest. They were friendly. They tell you what's going on, and they double-check their work. Best money spent. My experience has been amazing with them. I would recommend Meineke to everybody.
If your car is complaining about anything, visit your full-service Meineke Car Care Center on Custer Avenue.
Hey, where are we going? Overland? Yeah, go left. What? We're here. I mean inside. I don't get it. The bar's on the right. You know that's good. Go left to the dining room and a whole world of American deliciousness awaits. A family-friendly place for lunch. Homemade soup. I love soup. Prime rib with all the fixins served nightly. Go left inside the Overland and be right. All right already. You've convinced me. I'll go left at the Overland. Go left. Go left. Is that necessary? Yep. Go left at Overland Express. Oh, please stop.
Hey, Pete, how's life with your 3-year-old?
She's got a lot of questions.
Why? I see what you mean. And I bet you have questions about life insurance. Why? Well, because you need to protect your family. Why? An Allstate agent can give you simple answers about life insurance. Plus, when you apply, you'll get a free biometric wellness report with recommendations for leading a happier, healthier life.
Why? I mean, that sounds great.
It's good to be in good hands.
Ask Helena agent Brad Schmidt about life insurance today.
Their name implies tire, which is obvious when you hear Eagle Tire. But Eagle Tire can also help you with 18 other automotive service and repair categories. You know, breakdowns, they generally happen at the worst time. Extreme cold and rough roads like ours are hard on our vehicles. But Eagle Tire has experts that can get us back on the road. Trust Eagle Tire for engine diagnostics, suspensions, tie rods, and heating systems. Call or stop in to Eagle Tire across from Eagle Lube Express on North Montana by the tracks.
It's hard to stop a slam dunk. It's hard to stop a wide open three-point shot. It's hard to stop a Saint. And it's hard to stop a Train furnace or air conditioning system from Intermountain Heating and Air Conditioning. At Intermountain Heating and Air Conditioning, we're your independent Train dealer. If it's time to upgrade your furnace or air conditioning system, call Intermountain Heating and Air Conditioning today at 449-4567.
Halftime in Helena, Saints leading the Warriors 39-28 in this top 20 battle. LC State went 11 of 30 in the first half. That's 36.7%. 2 of 9 from the three-point line and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 7 points for Andre McCowan, 6 for Tristan Bradley, 5 for Dana Abe, 3 for Jeremy Franklin, who has 5 rebounds, 4 for Race Martin, 5 assists, 9 turnovers, no blocks, 4 steals, 16 rebounds, 5 on the offensive end for the Warriors. For Carroll College, 12 of 26, that's 46.2%. They were down around 30% for most of the first half. 4 of 10 from the three-point line, 11 of 11 from the free throw line. Ryan Imhoff's 5 for 5. Saints have 19 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end. 11 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals for Imhoff. 8 points for Johnson, 3 for Burnham, 2.6 rebounds for Wyman, 5 for College-Aye, 6 for Warp, and 4 for Alejandro Santos Becerra. 7 assists, 6 turnovers, 2 blocks, 8 steals. We had 4 ties, 5 lead changes in the first 20 minutes of this ball game. The Saints with a 14-4 advantage in points off turnovers. LC State with an 11-10 advantage off the bench, 14-10 in the paint, and 7-4 in second chance points. And welcome back to Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte. And before we get your thoughts on how Carroll wins the second half and wins this ball game, congratulations to you and Rochelle Sayers and the team, J.D. Solomon, Joey O'Neill, the staff. But the Saints women, the Frontier Conference champs for the first time in a decade. Big win tonight over LC State. And your conference champs. You got the 1 seed. There's nothing that Western or anybody else can do. How's that feel?
Well, it feels great. And I just got to say, what a tremendous job that Coach Rochelle Sayers did this year with this ball club. Jason, I got a theory that it takes a while for a coach to learn exactly how to win in the school where you are. And Rochelle came in from Weber State, and it took her a while to realize what kind of kid do I need to recruit here, how good do they have to be, and how exactly do I have to go about coaching them. And she's at her peak right now. I have watched her grow and get better and better. And right now, she's a top coach. She's one of the best coaches in the country. Now you say, well, what about Coach Carson Cunningham? It didn't seem like he needed that. Well, Carson is amazing. I mean, he comes from a tremendous background. He played for Gene Cady. He played in the ABA. He played, a lot of basketball. And he's really amazing with what he's done with his recruiting and his coaching. But for most people, it takes 6-7 years in this league to really figure it out and kind of get in the groove. You look at guys like Chris Moet and Billy Drykosen and those guys. Steve Keller. Steve didn't win at first. It took Steve 3-4 years. His first 2 years he really struggled. So it just takes a while. And Halo's coming over here saying hi to us.
Well, let me ask you something. Yeah. Where does this rank for you? Because, you won conference titles as a head coach. What's it mean as an assistant, to watch the progression of the girls, but, to watch you get up there and cut down the net? It's not the first time you've done that, but it's been a while.
It really means a lot, Jason. I can't tell you how happy I am for these girls and for Coach Rochelle Sayers and for the school, because it's been a while and it was so hard. The league, the women's league, 15 years ago, there were a couple, maybe 3 good teams and 3 really good coaches and programs. And right now, across the board, everybody is good. I mean, every single game it comes down to a couple of possessions, just like tonight's game did. A couple of possessions determined that ball game tonight. And that's the way it's been, whether we're playing Northern, who's going to take last, or we're playing Tech, who's going to probably take second to last. These are good teams. It has really been a struggle, and I think that's why it just means so much to all of us. And the girls, their motto all year has been, why not us? And they just decided it's their turn. They want to be the team that lights up this campus and lights up this town and makes everybody proud of them, and they have really done that.
How big is earning that 1 seed in the Frontier playoffs, because now you get to sit for a week and rest while everybody else is playing? And I know sometimes Coach Sayers wants to play an extra game, but I think in this case, it'll be nice to have that week off.
I think we need some rest. I mean, we've got girls that have played so hard, and it'll be good. Hannah Dean and Dowdy and Bailey Pasta, they've played big minutes.
How about Taylor Salonen tonight?
Wasn't she fantastic?
Wow, 10 points and 9 rebounds.
Yeah. Amazing, awesome. Amazing job by Taylor.
But congratulations to you and the staff, and if there was any doubt, you erased that to head to the national tournament. Now you just have to go in the Frontier Conference tournament.
Yeah, it was really fun. It's so fun to do it at home in front of your home crowd.
So the Saints men lead 39-28. We saw them start to pull away. How do they keep that momentum going as we start the second half here?
Well, we've always talked about the Saints defense. They definitely played better defense than LC State did that half. They had a better plan, and they played more aggressively. They didn't give up hardly any good shots, especially about the last 6-7 minutes. So they gave up nothing. Continue to play defense like that, and then offensively, if LC State isn't going to make a change, then keep going into Imhoff and going inside out. But I bet LC State does make a change. Coach Renta, he knows what he's doing, and he'll have a different plan.
Well, he won a conference championship a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's done a very good job there at LC.
Saints have the basketball, moving left to right to start the second half. It'll be Laurel Johnson, Ryan Imhoff, Match Burnham, Matt Wyman, and Ife College. And Johnson out to Burnham. A 3 from the wing. No good. Wyman tipped at it, came down with it. New shot clock for the Saints. Burnham had a good look, and Wyman just mistimed his jump a little bit. He wanted that follow dunk.
He wanted that tip dunk.
And it would have electrified this crowd here. Now he's got it at the free throw line. 19.5 to go here in the second half. Saints up 39-28. Imhoff, baseline. Double team comes. He'll shoot over top of it and bounce it in. How about that shooter's touch?
That's a shooter's touch.
He now has 13, and the Saints are up 41-28. It hit the side of the iron and then almost bounced straight up and in.
That did not look like it was going to go, and it left his hand.
Franklin with Thomas, Dollarhide, McCowan, and Martin on the floor. And Dollarhide with a penetration, kick it out top of the key, Martin. Martin comes to the elbow on the dribble, working in against Burnham, puts it up, and it's good.
Nice shot. Little jump hook, kind of drove down the middle, spun to his left shoulder.
41-30, 18:45 to go here in regulation. Now Laurel Johnson dribbles over to the left wing in front of the St. Student section. Imhoff out to get it. He'll stop from 15 off the glass and in. 2 for 2.5. Now has 15.
And right now, LC State is not double teaming, and that's what happens when you don't double team him.
Nice drive by McCowan with their nice reversal.
They love that baseline drive. LC loves that baseline drive.
43-32. 18-14 to go. Down in Billings, 15-41. Western leading Rocky 51-45. So Rockies close the gap a little bit.
Rocky can come back in a hurry.
Yes, they can.
They don't give up. Billy Drykosen's teams battle till the end.
Johnson over the left side. Gives it to Imhoff. 7 to shoot. Wraps it. Now it's to Burnham. He spins in the lane, and there's the travel. You know, and you can hear Coach Renta arguing for travel when the players are catching it, but it's a new thing. It's not really a rule, but the officials are letting it go. It's called the gathering step. McCowan will try a 3. It's an air ball.
That was just a terrible shot.
And Imhoff up the floor, up the near sideline. Feeds Wyman down on the right block. Double team, skips it over to Burnham. Rises for 3. Boom! 46-32 now. Saints by 14. Martin feeds McCowan cutting through, but a foul on Wyman. His first team foul. That'll bring Santos Piqueras off the bench. And Wyman to the bench. Saints up 46-32 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Imhoff now with 15. Burnham with 6. McCowan, left side. He lifts to the left elbow on the penetration out to Dollarhide now. Looking over to the right side, passes Thomas. He'll drive, feed Franklin down low. He misses, and Imhoff with another rebound. That's 5. Outlet to Laurel Johnson with 17 to go. Well, the Saints know, Coach, that they need to win no matter what to win a conference championship.
They do. They got to win tonight and tomorrow. There's no slacking off.
Kalajaye is going to try a wing 3. 3 with a second.
And these are wide open shots they're getting, Jason. Wide open catch and shoot threes.
And normally you'd be a little nervous with so many cross-court passes.
Yeah.
But the Saints so tall, they can skip the cross, find the open guy, and now they have a 17-point lead all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, these are not tough shots they're taking. I mean, LC State just defensively has just not been at the level that I've seen them. And I don't know if you can play man-to-man against Carroll. They run so many sets. They run them so well, and they have such a great player to play around. The teams that have beaten Carroll have been able to play zone effectively
and been physical. You know, look at Tech.
Yeah.
Providence last week.
Yeah. And been able to beat you off the bounce enough. You know, get the court spread, and that's Western. Well, Western plays zone.
Yeah.
And they spread the court and they can beat you off the dribble.
Let me ask you this. Last week, Providence played Anthony Owens, put in a 1-2-2 zone on the defensive end, and that caused Carroll a lot of fits. You're Brandon Renta. You know you watched that game.
Yeah.
Maybe try it?
I think he's got to play something. He right now, they're just helpless against Carroll, trying to guard him man-to-man. They're just giving up way too easy shots, and I would be surprised if he doesn't try something.
Well, Carroll on a 10-4 run to start the second half. They lead 49-32 with 16:41 to play. By the way, the Saints women winning the Frontier Conference Championship will host Western on Saturday, as will the Saints men. The Saints men, hold on for this. That Saturday game will be for the Frontier Conference Men's Championship. Rockies pulled it within 4 now, 53-49. Just over 14 to play in the Magic City. Mitchell driving, kicking it out. Franklin out on the far side. They'll dribble up on top and leave it for Abe. Now Thomas gets around Johnson, has it stripped by Imhoff. Thomas gets it back. Franklin up on top, spins in the lane. Nice move. He puts it up and in. It's 49-34. 16-10 to go here in regulation.
And they're staying with their man-to-man. Let's see if they play a little more aggressively.
College Eye over to left side for Santos Paquiris. Johnson flashes through the lane, and Imhoff has the ball bounce off his foot out of bounds. Not a great pass from Santos Paquiris, and Imhoff says, it's okay, man, as they walk back down the floor. Paquiris.
Well, he sometimes he gets a little nonchalant with his passing.
That's his first turnover tonight.
Yeah, it was.
After having.
And he can make some great passes, too.
Yes, he can. Mitchell, the drive.
Could have been a travel. They cut the foul, though. He got him for a
49-34, 15:45 to go. Mitchell to the line. Foul on College Eye, his second, team foul number 2. And Mitchell hits the first. 49-35. Still a 4-point game in Billings with 13.5 to go. Western 53-49. Mitchell hits them both.
I think we're going to get a little man-to-man press here. Yeah, we are.
College Eye up ahead to Imhoff on the far sideline. Back to College Eye, middle of the floor, now across the half-court line with Burnham. Back to College Eye, hands off to Johnson, and he'll set the offense with 15:30 to go. Santos Paquiris up on top. Right side, College Eye gets it into Imhoff. Triple team, skips it out to College Eye. 8 to shoot. Santos Paquiris has it. Now College Eye back to Imhoff. He'll turn with 5 to shoot, miss, and Franklin with a big rebound. Thomas quickly down the floor for the Warriors. He'll dribble up on top, come left side, Abe. Abe working against Santos Paquiris, leaves it on Franklin in the corner. Franklin working on Imhoff, skips it over to Abe, a deep 3, barely draws the iron, and the ball out of bounds. Who's it going to be off of? Abe. It'll be Carroll basketball.
Great hustle by Ryan Imhoff caused that. That should have been LC State's ball.
Tristan Bradley off the bench.
Jason, I see LC State playing with a little more sense of urgency defensively now. We'll see if their defense doesn't pick up.
Well, they're down 13. They were down 17. 14:54 to go here in the half. And on the Bud Light scoreboard, Saints 49, Warriors 36. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio.
At First Interstate Bank, we work with you to get the best loan while you're in search of that perfect house. Whether you're looking for a home on the range or one in your favorite neighborhood. Or if your dream is to design a home yourself, built especially for your family's needs.
We're home.
First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When disaster strikes, it's nice to know there's someone you can rely on. There is, and it's called Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance Company. Our understanding agents are friendly, helpful, and best of all, we care about you and your property. At Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance, we are Montanans insuring Montanans. We've been in north central Montana for over 100 years. We'd like to be your farm owners and homeowners insurance company. Call us today for your peace of mind.
14:35 to go. Saints leading at 49-36. College Eye takes it to the hole, has it stripped away. Ball loose on the baseline. Coach Cunningham arguing for a foul. But Saints turn it over.
I think sometimes Ife drives in there trying to draw the foul instead of trying to finish.
Yep.
And the referees, you know, they're not going to bail him out. They know that now. It's the end of the year.
And a travel on Abe.
So this 55 that you can hear Coach Renton, I think they're going to trap the first pass, and they're going to rotate To man-to-man. They'll kind of inbound to see if they don't trap that first pass. It's a sideline out of bounds for Carroll.
Johnson's got a little blood, so he's going to head on over to Jeff Burchell and get looked at. 14-19 to go.
I think you have 20 seconds if there's blood. Isn't that the rule?
I think so, yeah. 49-36, the Saints have the lead.
And we will have a media timeout next stoppage.
Yes, I believe you're right. So Matt Wyman's going to come in. $14-15 to go. College IA, Wyman, Imhoff, Burnham, and Santos Piqueras. And it's Wyman feeding Burnham, now left wing, College IA. Santos Piqueras, left side. Imhoff gets it. Out to Piqueras. Ball fakes and leaves it back for Imhoff. 8 to shoot. Imhoff's going to drive. He'll put it up strong and in. 51-36.
Well, he's got his legs back. He's really playing under control again. He had just an average game last week. He doesn't have very many of those.
No, he does not. Thomas up on top with 13:35 to go. He'll dribble down to the right wing, down to the baseline, and Abe is swatted away by Santos Piqueras. Huge swat. That's the third block for the Saints.
Is that his second block? I think it's his second block.
Yes, it is.
I mean, all of a sudden, you got a shot blocker.
To go along with the rebound, a passer and a scorer and a defender. He'll skip across court. Wyman. Now College IA. That's off the right iron. Rebounded by Franklin. 13:05 to go. Franklin in transition. Saints have done a nice job, better job getting back in transition since the first few minutes of the game, too.
Yes, they have.
Abe fouled. He'll shoot 2. College IA picks up the foul, his third, and we get a timeout on the floor. 12:56 to play in regulation. And on the Bud Light scoreboard, Saints lead the Warriors 51-36. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Jason Walker, Gary Turcott back at the PE Center.
The customer gets to choose. Here's Earl Fife.
51-36, Saints in the lead. 12:56 remaining here in regulation. Down in Billings, just under 11 minutes to play. Western 61, Rocky 58. We mentioned before the break that Saints have done a nice job in defensive transition, getting back since the first couple minutes of that ball game.
Right, and that's what LCU State specializes in. Is they have guys that are very good in the open court. You can make them set up their offense, and Carroll does a pretty good job defending them. But if they can get going up and down, interestingly, we were noticing that game in Billings. Western had that big lead, but Rocky they do not give up, and they're really dangerous when they're behind. That's when they're at their best.
Yeah, they
start shooting those threes and running up and down. And
Abe hits the first free throw. Well, Jared Samuelson has 25 points.
My goodness.
Dom Robinson has 11 for Western. Abe hits them both. 51-38, Carroll. A little pressure in the backcourt, and Santos Piqueras gets it up ahead to Laurel Johnson. He'll pass left side, Matt Wyman. Wyman up on top, Burnham. Now Santos Piqueras. Hands off on the wing, near side to Johnson. Imhoff getting a breather now as Warp has it. Left side, Piqueras fakes a three. Looks for the drive. Kick out Johnson. 3 ball off the back iron. Rebounded by Demick Mitchell, the lob pass to Tristan Bradley, pulls it down, kick out Abe for 3, it's good. 51-41, LC within 10 after trailing by 17 with 16:45 to go.
It's definitely playing harder defensively. The press has actually helped them. It's gotten them a little bit more aggressive.
Well, and you know that the Warriors know that they can rally in this facility. They've done it already once this year. Trailed by 22 with 18 and a half to play back in January. Burnham, ooh. He will shoot 2 free throws. Trey Thomas with the foul, his second, team foul number 1, and Burnham will head to the line.
I think that was the right call, but the official was an awful long ways away from the ball who made the call.
Burnham, 90% free throw shooter, 90.5 to be exact. He is 3rd in the nation in free throw percentage. Of course, the Saints are number 1 in rebound defense, 3-point field goals percentage, field goal percentage, and free throw percentage, and 2nd in scoring defense in the country. And Burnham misses the first free throw. That's the first miss of the ball game.
Yeah, at the free throw line.
From the line for the Saints. Dollarhide and McCowan back in for the Warriors. A lot of chirping with one of the officials between Thomas and Franklin.
Well, you get a little frustrated when you're LC. You're struggling, you're down 10, and that foul was, the official that made that call was, like I said, that was a long ways away from the ball. You like to see the official on the ball make that call.
Burnham hits the second. It's 52-41. 11:35 to go. Mitchell, the penetration, lobs it to Bradley, who tips it off the glass.
That's pretty. That's really well done. He loved that. He tipped that way above the rim.
52-43. The LC Warriors are back within 9 after trailing by 17.
Single digits.
I feel like we've seen this somewhere before. And then Wyman has his pocket picked by Mitchell. Misses. McCowan dunks it home. 52-45. It's a 7-point lead now for the Saints.
And I don't know how long Carson can go without putting him off back in. Probably about 1 or 2 more possessions.
Johnson on the near wing. Up on top, Santos Piqueras. He'll dribble down the left side and leave it for Burnham. 3-ball. Boom! That's a big answer from Match Burnham. 55-45. And Imhoff set to come in on the next dead ball.
Well, that was a huge.
10:40 to go. Burnham with 3 threes tonight.
All of a sudden, you're back down 12 again.
Bradley lost it, and a foul's going to be called. Well, that might be a makeup because the same official who made the far call a couple of possessions ago did the exact same thing on this one.
Yeah, same deal.
Imhoff Kalajaye back in.
One thing that there's 3 officials out there, and we don't exactly know. I don't know really who's supposed to be looking at what. Now, they've got it all divided up.
Sometimes I wonder if they do too, Coach.
Well, they do know.
No, I know.
But we don't always know.
Ooh, and a hold on the inbound on Burnham. The foul before was on Santos Piqueras, his 3rd. This one's on Burnham, his 1st. That's the 15th foul for Carroll.
Yeah.
1 for LC this half.
Unusual for Carroll.
The inbound up on top, McCowan, 10.5 to go. Well, you're going to get a lot more fouls called because of the style of offense that LC plays. Dollarhide into the lane, handoff McCowan. Blocked by Burnham, gets it back, leaves it up on top, Dollarhide, 4 to shoot. Trying to get Santos in the air, he does, he misses, and Burnham with the rebound. 10-10 left, Saints 55, Warriors 55.
That's really good defense by Santos there. Really, really tough defense.
8:40 to go in Billings, 63 all, Western and Rocky. Kalajaye on the far wing. Dumps it off to Imhoff, spins baseline, fouled by Bradley.
Now, Jason, Carroll is 11-5 going into this game.
Yep.
And Western is
12-4. LC's 10-6. And we have a timeout taken by the Saints. And we're going to go ahead and take this one with them.
You know, that Western Rocky game doesn't really matter.
It does Because if Carroll is to lose,
if Carroll loses, yeah. But if Carroll wins this game, it's all going to come down.
They have to win on Saturday no matter what.
No matter what.
Yep.
So
it's the same position like we said at the pregame. Same position they were in a year ago.
Yeah.
The exact same record, 23-5. They just had to win their final two to get the conference championship. Last year they had to do it at Tech and LC. This year they've got it at home against LC and Western. So a little bit different story.
If Carroll wins this game, it doesn't make any difference if
They're
Western
still a game behind a
loses.
Western. Well, if Western loses, then the Saints and Western are tied.
Yeah, but it all comes down to the
Saturday
last
night
game.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Because Carroll needs to win no matter what.
That's right. So if Western loses it and Carroll wins, it's still a matter at the last game. Let's say Carroll wins and Western wins. It still comes down to the last game. So
ideally, it would be nice if Carroll wins. Rocky holds off Western, and then they're tied. They each have a win against each other. It's literally one win, take it all, one game format.
No co-champion. No co-champion. But you still have that. But you'll be the champion based on the tiebreaker.
Well, if they're tied going into Saturday, and if whoever wins, it's the outright championship. Now, if Western wins tonight and Carroll wins tonight, you'll have conference co-champs. But if Carroll wins and ties Western on Saturday, then they'll get the number one seed and share the conference championship.
Yeah.
Last year they didn't have to share it. Here we have 9:50 to go. Saints have a 10-point lead, 55-45. Santos Piqueras lobs it up on top to Ife Kalajaye. Western's just taking a 2-point lead with 7.5 to play in Billings. Santos Piqueras from the free throw line, a little shake and bake, and he dropped it in. 57-45 Carroll.
All of a sudden, Santos Piqueras is having another good game. We got used to him having good games. He didn't have one last week.
Dollar High open for three, and just barely hit the bottom of the backboard.
Yeah.
So not a good look for the Warriors. 9:20 to go. Still plenty of time. 57-45. Saints lead by a dozen. Piqueras now with 6 in the ball game. Wyman gets it up on top to Kalajaye. He'll spin into the free throw line and bring it back out with 10 on the shot clock. Drives against Mitchell. A lot of contact. Kalajaye lost it. And then Dollarhide threw it away. Almost Bradley came down with it. And then Abe takes it to the hole and puts it up and in. And that could have been a carry on Bradley, it looked like. But, he's 6'8". The dribble went 6'7". So it was close, but not quite. 8:39 to go. Saints 57, Warriors 47. Piqueras in the lane. Out to Wyman on the baseline, near side. He'll back down against Abe. Kick out Piqueras. Dumps it down left block. Now Imhoff. Back out Piqueras for three. Off the mark. Rebound Damick Mitchell. 8:20 to go. Mitchell knocked away from behind, but right into the hands of McCowan, who dumps it off to Bradley. Stripped away by Imhoff.
And you can see LC State in the open court in transition. That's their game.
And a foul called on Imhoff, his second. That's the 6th team foul now for the Saints. Johnson back in, Kalajaye out, 8:17 to go. Race Martin back in for the Warriors. 57-47, Saints lead on the Bud Light scoreboard. 65-65 in Billings. Western and Rocky with 6.5 to play. The inbound, Dollarhide near far wing. Right back to Mitchell on the baseline. Gets it to Martin. Fouled by Wyman and a chance for a three-point play. And LC back to within single digits now at 57-49.
And once again, LC's having a lot of success with that baseline drive. They are unusual. Most teams don't like to drive baseline because you can get trapped, and it cuts down on the options, the number of things you can do. LC, they really pass so well out of that.
57-50, Saints by 7. 8:09 to play in regulation here at the PE Center. The penultimate game of the regular season. Imhoff, he'll drive, he'll spin to his left, he'll put it up, no good. Rebound tipped out to McCowan. 2-on-3, he'll take it to the far wing. Well, shaking and baking, and Martin finally gets it. He'll spin, he'll put it up. That's 5 straight now for Martin, and it's a 5-point game. Saints led by 17 10 minutes ago. And now they lead by 5. 7:40 to go. Laurel Johnson with the basketball, gives it to Burnham. Now left side Wyman. He'll get it to Santos Paquiris, far corner. Now Imhoff has it, 10 on the shot clock. He'll fire from 17. It's in and out. And rebound Mitchell. Over to the right side. Now leaves it up on top. Martin gets through the hole, or double team, spins, gets Imhoff in the air. 7 straight for Martin, and it's 57-54. Carroll has blown another double-digit lead. 7 minutes to go. And a timeout by the officials. Little wetness down on the baseline, it looks like, and Trey Thomas is going to return, and Carroll's going to take a timeout.
That's probably a good timeout by Coach Cunningham right there.
6:59 to play on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints 57, the Warriors 54. They have battled all the way back from a 17-point deficit to pull it within 3. Danger time for the Saints. I think they'll be all right. We'll be back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio.
ESPN Radio and ABC Fox would like to say congratulations to the 2017 Mattress Firm Student Athlete of the Year, Kelsey McEnany of Big Sky High School. Kelsey earned a $2,000 scholarship from Mattress Firm for her work in the community, in the classroom, and on the court.
I'm headed to Montana Tech over in Butte, and I'm going to major in chemistry.
If you know a student athlete who also stars in the classroom and community, nominate them as a Mattress Firm Student Athlete of the Week. Visit mattressfirmmt.com.
At BMC's Design Center, the customer gets to choose. Here's Earl Feist.
The more we can show, the easier it is for people to visualize what they're going to put in their own kitchens, and so we try to display as many different things as we possibly can. We try to follow national trends as well as local trends. Locally, we do a lot more rustic work than the contemporary. There are people that are doing contemporary homes, so we can sell everything. We have all the product for everything from rustic to contemporary.
Come check out BMC's all-new Design Center on Highway 12 East.
94.9 ESPN Radio, KIMO HD3 Townsend, K235BW Helena.
6:59 to play. Saints up 57-54. Jason Walker, the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte, and we noticed something during the timeout to our left. It was Drew Church, the assistant coach, really doing the coaching in the timeout huddle.
And he was drawing up a set there. I think Coach Renta does a lot of more of the defense. And I think it's smart to divide up coaching responsibilities. You can't see and do it all.
Correct. Just don't see it a lot. Of course, most places that you and I sit, we don't see much of anything. Laurel Johnson wraps the pass behind his back to Imhoff. Now Wyman, Santos, Paquiris for 3, in and out. Burnham with a huge offensive rebound with 6:35 to go. Carroll up 3, 57-54. The Warriors are on a 22-8 run over the last 10 minutes. Imhoff out to Paquiris, extra pass Wyman. He'll fake the 3, he'll drive, he'll draw a foul, and they're going to say on the ground. Abe's third, just the third team foul on LC. Well, this brings up an interesting point that we saw at the Northern game last Friday night. Northern didn't foul a whole lot, and then late in the game they were forced to,
but they were
and
behind.
It took forever. Imhoff off the baseline, 10-footer's good!
Another baseline out-of-bounds play, score by Carroll.
That's a big bucket for the Saints, who's snapped a nearly 5-minute scoring drought with that bucket.
It's an area where I think a lot of coaches don't spend as much time as Carson does on out-of-bounds execution.
Thomas, top of the key, holds, comes left side, Abe. Imhoff on him. Abe now put to the free throw line. Kind of bounced it to Thomas, who dribbles down to the near baseline. Now into the lane. He wraps it around. He puts up the layup. It's no good, and Imhoff with the rebound. I like the take, though, by Thomas.
Yeah, it was a good take.
You know, the senior from East Wenatchee, Washington. He's been involved in some battles between these two. Johnson penetrates, misses, and McCowan with the rebound. 5:30 to go. Saints up 59-54. Warriors in the bonus, and then Burnham strips it away. Little poke check.
Another good defensive play by Match Burnham. That's it, you know, and that is not what he is known for, but he can defend when he puts his mind to it.
Santos Paquiris working all the way over to the far left wing. 12 on the shot clock, gets inside the lane, and Martin takes the charge, and Picaris a little not out of control, but a little unaware.
Trying to do a little too much there. Yeah, just a little too much.
His 4th, 8th team foul. Kalajaye in for the Saints, Franklin in for the Warriors. 5:04 to go. Saints lead 59-54. LC's in the bonus. They have a long way to go before they put Carroll at the free throw line. 3:40 to go in Billings. Rocky 72, Western 69.
Ooh.
Martin, baseline, McCowan lost the handle, and Johnson comes away with it. I think someone knocked it loose on the baseline. There's 4 Saints there. 4:45 to go. 5-point Carroll lead, 59-54. Johnson, free throw line. Now out to the wing. Kalajaye back to Johnson up on top. Burnham left side. Feeds Imhoff. 6 to shoot. Imhoff going to work. Spins to his left. Puts it up. No good. Abe with a rebound. Saints have missed some looks here in the last couple of minutes. Abe out on the far right wing. Gets it corner. Franklin. Back to Abe. Stolen away by Santos Picaris. Got a 2-on-2. And he makes a wise choice to hold up.
2 turnovers in a row by LC State there at crunch time. 4 minutes to go. You can't turn the ball over.
And they blow the play dead, so Match Burnham can tie his shoe. I know Blaze Burnham, his dad's listening out in Liberty, Washington. You didn't teach him the double loop, double knot it.
Well, Match is playing some defense here tonight.
We love Blaze. We love the Burnhams. We love the parents from Carroll, men and women.
Yeah.
They're so supportive.
They are.
So fantastic. And I think a lot of that is due to the success of, the coaches. They've raised great players. And you can see the success that has translated into
there's no question.
Conference championships for the men and now the women this year.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just absolutely we get to work with some of the most amazing young people, and it comes from the parenting that they've had. Invariably, the coaches, the teachers, but most importantly, the parents they had as they grew up. And then they come, and it's our job to just kind of chisel away and come up with a fine product. But if you don't have something really substantial to work with when you start, it's impossible.
They are coming to you as the parents are the Picassos. You are almost the.
Well, we put the fine little cut on it. Yeah. And it's amazing how much they grow from a freshman to, I think, the junior and senior year.
It's amazing.
It's so fun to be involved in that.
You see it not only in the growth of their bodies and the maturity of their bodies, but you see it with their attitudes, their character. There's some great teams and some great players around the Frontier, but I don't know if combined from top to bottom as anybody can beat Carroll.
Well, we're prejudiced, but I agree with you.
We are just a little bit biased. 4:05 to go, 59-54 Saints. The inbound to Wyman on the far side. Kalajaye now with 4 minutes left. Rocky now leading 74-69 with 2:50 to go in Billings over Western. Picaris tried to go back door. And that better be Saints basketball, and it is. Good overrule. Well, good help out.
And that's a little backdoor set that Carroll had designed. It didn't quite work. But coming out of timeouts, Carson loves those special plays.
10 on the shot clock. Inbound Imhoff, handoff Santos Picaris. Burnham now for 3. No, but Imhoff with a big rebound.
That is a big rebound.
19 points, now 7 rebounds for Ryan Imhoff, who I believe will be the Frontier Player of the Year. I don't know if there's anybody that can. Robinson's been great at Western, but
nobody does all the things that he does.
Imhoff off the quick pass, in and out though. He's now 7 out of 13 from the field, and with 3:18, the Warriors down 5, 59-54. Thomas goes through the lane back door and then backs it out. Now penetrates again. Martin, Imhoff almost picked up the foul, and Martin with the drive.
Martin's played well, very, very well. He's a big, strong kid.
He now has 15, and LC takes a timeout.
And he can bounce it, Jason, and get to the rim. He looks like just a power forward, but he's got pretty good skills.
LC does not take a timeout. Mitchell will check in. 3:06 to go. Saints 59, Warriors 56 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Now LC comes with a little backcourt press.
Yep. The thing that I think the press helps LC, I think it makes them more aggressive on defense.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Santos Piqueras up on top to Kalajaye. 3 minutes left. Now Piqueras out on the far wing. 6'8" Spaniard will fire a 17-footer. It's good! That is clutch right there.
And they were sagging off of him so far into Ryan Imhoff, they gave him up a pretty easy look.
He now has 8, and the lead is 5 again, 61-56. Abe, left side, Martin. Martin's had a great second half. Puts it on the deck. He spins in the lane, and a foul is going to be called. And it'll be a 1-and-1. Imhoff third. Team foul number 9. LC with just 3 here in the second half.
I like Race Martin, the 6'6" junior from Spokane Community College, Pullman, Washington. He's had a nice game.
One of 7 transfers on the roster for the Warriors. So a 1-and-1 coming up for Martin.
And I think LC State needs to be more aggressive with their press.
First one is up and good.
I think you have to get Carroll out of their sets, out of their comfort zone. I think you have to trap. We'll see what kind of a press they come up this year. Of course, he has to make the free throw to get the press on.
Laurel Johnson back in and Wyman out. Martin will have a second, and the officials. It's been a lot of wetness on the floor tonight.
Yeah.
And how about the moment in the locker room when Coach Sayers got doused?
Yeah, they were waiting for her when she got in there. They all had their water. She snuck some water in there, and she was giving it back to them.
She said 1 water bottle against 15 wasn't going to work. Martin will get a second. It's on the way, and it is good, and it's, again, a 3-point lead.
And that lets them put the press on, and they are going to trap this inbounds pass. They got a nice trap. Carroll looks like they handled it well.
Imhoff up the far sideline. 61-58 Carroll. 2:20 remaining in regulation. Minute and a half to go in Billings. Rocky 77, Western 74. Johnson, way out left side, 10 on the shot clock. Gets a screen up on top from Imhoff. He'll lob it into the near corner for Kalajaye. He'll drive baseline out to Piqueras. Piqueras for 3. Boom! Big shot for Alejandro Santos Piqueras.
That really was a big shot.
With 5 straight, and it's 64-58 Carroll.
And that
with 1:45 to go.
And that really brought the crowd up. That was huge.
He now has 11 in the ball game. Thomas right elbow on the dribble, feeds Martin. Ball fake, lobs it out. Thomas 10 to shoot, 95 seconds to play. Thomas out on the wing. Down low, it's Mitchell. Got Santos Piqueras in the air, but he traveled with it first. The Saints defense coming up big when it matters most. They lead by 6 with 90 seconds to play. It's 64-58. Santos Piqueras will inbound to Kalajaye. Double team comes. That's dangerous where they are. Could have bounced off the basket. Now Burnham. Got to get it up ahead. It's tipped. Nope. It'll be a turnover. Burnham threw it too high. And so the Saints give it right back.
You don't see Carroll throw the ball again. They have a great press breaker, and they have big, tall guys. Almost never do they turn it over against the press like that.
They're almost too patient with it, I think, at times. But they're a lot smarter than I am. 75 seconds left. 77 all in Billings with 50 seconds to play there. Here, the Saints lead 64-58. Martin skips it out to Franklin for 3, and it's good! And it's a 3-point game with 62 seconds to play.
Once again, Martin with a great pass, an inside-outside pass. He's had a terrific game. This is the best I've seen him play.
17 points, his second assist, 4 rebounds. He's 7 of 12 from the field. So the two big boys having a big game. Imhoff with 19, Martin with 17. And with 62 seconds to go, we got a long way to go. And Western has just taken a lead, 80-77, with 30 seconds to go in Billings. Darko Kelly has a 3.
And there is a good player.
His senior year, he will be the player of the year.
He might even next year. And he's going to be a first-team all-conference player. He'll be one of the top, wouldn't you say, maybe 5-6 vote getters?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he's the second best player on that team.
Well, in the last month and a half, he's been the best player.
Yeah,
outside with Brandon Jones.
Yeah, Brandon Jones is another. Actually, when you look at Western, they're pretty good.
Yep. Well, Cooper Kidgel has 21 in that game to lead the way. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Western leads 80-77. 30 seconds to go in Billings. Here, the Saints lead 64-61. 1:02 to play. Saints with 19 fouls. LC with just 3, so they've got a long way to foul.
Well, they'll put the press on again here, and Carroll uncharacteristically turned it over against the press the last possession.
Each team with 2 timeouts. The possession arrow favors LC. The Saints will inbound. Santos Picaris will trigger it.
And I think they changed up their press here. LC did.
And Carroll changed up their look, too.
Yeah, they did.
Santos gets it into College IA.
And it's a straight man press. They're not trapping.
Here comes the trap. Johnson picks up his dribble, gets it to College IA. He'll get it across half court. But a timeout taken by Santos Picaris. That was close to a 10-second violation. So 51.8 to go. Saints take a timeout, 64-61.
And Carroll with 2 timeouts left.
Now 1.
1 left.
Western leads 80-79 with 12 seconds to go in Billings. Keeping an eye on that. Now 11 seconds left. 64-61 here. Saints have 1 timeout remaining. They lead 64-61 with 51.8 to play.
Well, the fans have definitely got their money's worth. A very good game. LC State, there have been 2 or 3 times that I thought they were done, but somebody forgot to tell them that.
Well, this has been now twice against LC, but we've seen it against Tech. We've seen it against other teams over the last couple years, but especially this year. Saints build double-digit leads, and then the other team battles back. And I don't know what that is.
Well, basketball is a game of runs. It just is. It always has been. And, Carroll goes on a run, and then their opponent goes on a run, and then it comes down to a 1 or 2 possession ball game, and that's where we are right now with 51 seconds left, and Carroll with the 3-point lead. These teams are that even.
Western has hit 2 free throws. They're up 82-79 at Rocky. Saints will inbound it. Santos Picaris out there with Imhoff, Burnham, Johnson, and College I. Saints have a 3-point lead. 20 on the shot clock. 50 seconds to play. Saints it'd be great to get a bucket here if you're a Saints fan. College IA with 10. Over the left side, Johnson, 6 to shoot. Johnson will try a 3. It's good!
What a great shot by Laurel.
Huge bucket from Laurel Johnson. 67-61, 30 seconds left in Helena. Abe, right side, Franklin. Tries to get it into Martin. He does. He puts it up, and he missed it. And Laurel Johnson with the rebound. And he's fouled in the backcourt by Mitchell. And Brandon Arita wanted a foul.
What a monster shot by Laurel Johnson.
And then a rebound.
And then a rebound. And that's what was missing last week in Great Falls when they didn't have intimate crunch time. He makes that much difference.
That's just the 4th foul.
So they will have to foul right away.
And a foul a lot. They have 3 more to go before they get into the bonus. With 16.6 to go, Saints lead at 67-61. The danger is you're putting the nation's best free throw shooting team at the line. Pressure in the backcourt. Santos Picaris gets it in. Now Picaris, and he's fouled quickly. Mitchell picks up 2 quick ones. Team foul number 5. That took about 2 seconds off. 14.5 to play. Wyman's going to come in now and burn him out. 67-61 Carroll. Final score in Billings, Western 82, Rocky 79.
Great game.
So the Frontier Conference Championship will come down to Saturday night.
Yes, it will.
Imhoff fouled by Dollarhide. That's just team foul number 6. That took 1.3 off the clock.
And we'll talk more about that rivalry, but the Carson-Keller rivalry is the best in the Frontier. Carroll Western, to me, especially on the men's side, is the best.
Picaris gets it into College Eye. He's fouled. Franklin Abe hit the deck hard, away from the ball. He's slow to get up. 1-1 coming up for College IA.
What a huge shot by Laurel Johnson. 3-point lead to go, and there was 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And it was not a rhythmed up shot. It was a tough shot.
College IA 88% on the year. He is 9th in the nation in free throw percentage. He will have a 1-1. Grace Martin in, Abe out, and it looked like Abe maybe took a shot to the eye.
Yeah.
So 12.1 to go, 67-61.
And LC's going to take a timeout here, Jace.
They'll have one remaining, and that'll give me time while you talk about what the Saints need to do in the final 12 defensively.
Well, they've got a 6-point lead, so they just need to take care of it. LC State's going to have to foul right away, and if you make one of those, if you make the front end of the free throw, then it's a 3-possession game. But when you have a 6-point lead with 12 seconds to go, you just almost always win. But we've seen miracles happen. One of the Carroll women's games this year down in Billings, Rocky had a 6-point lead with 40 seconds to go, and Brittany Johnson hit 2 threes, tied it up, and Carroll won in overtime. So you never say never.
No. But I don't know if LC has a Reggie Miller on the court and he can score 6 points in the next 12 seconds.
Yeah. Reggie, he'll always be famous for that, won't he?
If things hold, so Western is 13-4 now with the victory.
Yeah.
Carroll with a win would be 12-5. LC falls to 10-6. Rocky 8-9. Northern 8-9. Providence and Tech the bottom two. So the Frontier Conference Championship will come down to a one-game winner-take-all Saturday night.
That's it.
The top seed, they will share a conference title if Carroll wins.
But
Western win and they win it outright.
They do. Yeah, but if Carroll wins, they will have the number 1 seed.
Yes,
and that's important.
Yes, it would.
And that's for the rankings, too. You have to put them in as the number 1 seed for the Raider. And that is really important.
College IA, the first of the 1-1. 12.1 to go. Both teams now in the bonus. Possession arrow favors LC. And Ife hits the first one. 68-61. And Corey Dollarhide may be heading to the locker room a little early there. 68-61 with 12 seconds left. College IA can make it an 8-point game and a 3-possession. Well, it already is. The second one is on the way. It's also good. It's 69-61 Carroll. 12.1 to go. Mitchell. Thomas. He'll fire a 3. It's good! And LC takes its final timeout with 6 seconds left. Maybe though too little, too late.
Nice execution. That's a little kind of a European play we call where you dribble at a guy, he circles behind you, and you kind of throw it behind.
But that did take 6 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, and Carroll with still a 5-point lead.
And LC's going to have foul.
And they're out of timeouts.
They are out of timeouts.
So they will have to foul right away. Hope Carroll misses, and it's a front end. No, let's see.
It'd be a 1-1.
It'd be a 1-1. So there's still a chance. Not much, though.
No. No, I don't know what the probability rate would be if they were doing the statistical.
Yeah.
But it's not good for LC right now. And how about, this is tough because the LC women playing at Carroll tonight, losing. They solidified the 5 seed. They'll at Rocky on Saturday. They'll go home and then turn around and come back to Providence on Wednesday night.
That's really tough.
In the first round.
Yeah. Well, that's why, I love the tournament. We used to have a Frontier Conference tournament in Butte every year. And I know we probably lost money on it, but it was so fun. It really was. It was both the men and the women, and everybody went, and there were all these games. It was really a fun deal, but I know it cost them some money.
Saints at 46% shooting, LC 45%. But Carroll leading where it matters most on the scoreboard. It's 69-64. The Saints already know that Western has won, so Carroll needs this win tonight and will have to win on Saturday to win the conference championship for a second straight year. The 1 seed, the first round bye, and home court advantage throughout. Santos Paquiris lobs it up ahead to Imhoff. Imhoff's going to be fouled by Thomas with 3.2. That's a great play.
Yeah.
The Saints push everybody to the baseline. Imhoff cut the other way, and this should about seal the deal here with 3.2 to go. Thomas fouls his fourth.
Well, LC State came in here and made a nice run, made a nice effort, never gave up. A couple of times looked like they were going to get blown out, refused to let it happen.
Imhoff, the senior, all everything, candidate for player of the year, misses. Franklin with a rebound. Now McCowan will fire it up. Hit the backboard, but that's it. Carroll gets the season victory over the Warriors, 2-1 this year. Your final score on the Bud Light scoreboard, Saints 69, Warriors 64. Carroll made it interesting like they have a lot over the last couple years, but in the end, again, Laurel Johnson, a senior, big shot at one end, a big rebound at the other, and that basically put it to red.
Laurel is a crunch time guy. He just is. He just, he's had games where he doesn't score the whole game, and he made a layup. What game was that? Where he made a layup with like 10 seconds to go. Only points he scored. Remember that little scoop?
Oh, it was
Northern.
Yeah,
Northern.
it was
the only
Northern
points he
last week.
scored, but it was the shot that won the game
with
for
20
Carroll.
seconds left.
Yeah.
So your final once again, Carroll 69, LC 64. Back with the postgame show and Carson Cunningham in a moment. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio.
When you need it, rent it at A1 Rentals.
Got projects?